Hi everybody, welcome back to Vendor Talk. I'm your host Keri with Timeless Rose Events, and today I have some very exciting guests. I have bartenders. Who doesn't love bartenders, right? This is Jamie and Hannah with Southern Spirits.
Hello.
Before I started getting into doing coordinating and stuff, I didn't realize there was literally a whole business behind this outside of just going to a bar.
Right.
So what struck up this idea for you guys to start something like this?
Well, I was in the wedding industry working for a bartending company that specialized in weddings and events, and I had no clue that was a thing either.
Yeah.
So I had been working in a management position. My son had left for the Navy. I decided I didn't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
I stayed home for about 2 weeks and I got bored. So took a bartending class, and I was asked from that school to work a private event. And from there I learned that private events and weddings were a thing. So I worked with another company, and I worked with them for about 3 years. And I approached Hannah. We had worked together in management, and I brought her on, with the other company actually.
Right.
And we thought, you know what, we can do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I wanted to get out of the corporate world because I was driving and I felt like I was missing my kids' life. And I thought, well, if I can make money on the side on the weekends, then I could be home with my kids. I always wanted to homeschool them. So I was already kind of side hustling with Jamie. And then we're like, let's invest in ourselves. Let's do this together. So 4 years in,
From there,
here we are.
Southern Spirits Events was born.
And then a light bulb went off, and
the
you were like,
light
hey.
bulb went off, and we started with bartending, or you may ask me that, and it's grown into a lot more things.
Yeah, I love that. And that's true. It's not just bartending that you guys do.
Right.
You guys offer a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
which is really surprising.
It's kind of grown from the need. People approaching us and saying, do y'all do this? And we were like, we don't, but we could.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of how a lot of our services have grown, just from people approaching us, asking us because it's something that we offer. And then we've changed and kind of melded and grown to different services that we offer.
We also have an extended serving staff that are all Serve Safe certified.
Yep.
So they can serve the food for the client, and they can clean up, bust the tables. They're all properly trained in wedding cake cutting, so they can cut the cake and then help with cleanup.
Yeah.
After that, we also added a coffee bar.
Yes.
Because that's something.
I love when y'all bring the coffee
Yes.
We love the coffee bar
We love
too.
the coffee
We're like,
bar
what
too.
is going over here?
And see what we can come up with. And we offer a lot of different extras on that coffee bar
Yeah.
that guests can just create their own specialty coffee.
I love the flexibility in all of it. So, and there's such a difference between working at just like a bar and then working,
It's very different.
weddings and special
So we kind
events.
of explain to our staff, like, when you're at a bar, you might have an interaction with a person for a very short period of time, but at a wedding, you interact with those people for like 4 to 6 hours. You get to know their life, their families, and it's just quite a different interaction. So our personality and how we vet our staff is very important to us because of those interactions.
I want to go deeper into that too, because I've met so many people on your staff and I love all of them, and they're all super professional.
We love them too.
Yeah, they're super professional, they're very personable, and they know the drill, they know the routine, and so what is vetting your staff, like, what does that look like? What does that include?
So we usually start when a lot of times we get approached, they're friends of friends, and we have them work a couple events with us to see if that's something that they are going to want to do.
Yeah.
When we teach them mainly the customer service side of it,
Right.
the way that we present ourselves, the way that we represent our company.
Right.
And those are very important to us because, like I tell them, when they're out there, they're strictly representing us, especially when we're not there.
Right.
So we want to make sure that their personalities, how they handle themselves, their customer service is up to our standards, like we were at the event.
Yeah, I love that.
And we also have so many venues that we partner with. We're preferred or exclusive for over 35 venues in Southeast Texas.
Y'all hear that?
So 35 venues, and some of them were on their preferred vendor list, but some were exclusive. So also that staff needs to know, you're a guest at a wedding. You don't know that bartender doesn't work for ABC venue, right?
Right.
They think that they are the venue. So in that case, they need to represent themselves as that venue.
Yeah.
So they don't know. We also, since we personally train or those recommendations, we don't headhunt or go to staffing companies. So we know all of our contractors personally.
Good.
So it's very important. We also have a range. So we have anyone from beer and wine all the way up to mixologists that are on our, so we can, any type of wedding or private event, whether they want just a beer and wine bar, one specialty cocktail, or they want extensive full bar with some crafted cocktails, then we can accommodate. We have a variety of packages that we can do. We offer a lot of complimentary things to our couples.
Okay.
We only charge when the bar is open. So you have a set time that your bar is open, but our bartenders show up an hour and a half early, and that's complimentary. And we offer our garnishes, napkins, stirs, and most importantly, a beverage consultation.
Ooh.
Very, very important.
That sounds,
So you're not buying, you don't want to buy too much, you don't want to buy too little, because you don't want to be that wedding that ran out either, right?
Yeah.
So I always say, clients, you know your friends and family better than we do. So you can always up, but from experience, we can kind of gauge how close you need to be on how many cases, how many bottles, your mixers.
Yeah.
And we also can create specialty cocktails.
Yeah.
We can match wedding themes, we can match colors sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's also a huge complimentary gift that we give to our couple.
That is something that I did notice. They do get there early and set up everything, so that way by the time cocktail hour hits,
It kicks off.
and it's not that they're ready to go. No, they've been ready to go. Like they've got it down. So I love that. So let's get into the packages and different, because I know we've kind of said, oh, you have a coffee bar, juice bar. So what is everything that you guys offer? What is Southern Spirits do?
Our base thing is bartending. So we base that on your guest count. So if you have 1 to 80 people, we'll say 1 bartender. If you go above 80, we bump that up to 2, just so your customer service stays on point.
Definitely.
You don't have a line the entire time of your event.
Yep.
We want to make sure that everyone's, helped in a timely manner. If you have a specialty cocktail, we kind of like to add someone to take care of that for you. Just because if it's crafted, it takes a little bit longer to make that.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned,
like an
for
old-fashioned or
Yeah.
something like that. Not necessarily any special cocktail, but something that's crafted takes a little bit longer.
Right.
So we base our pricing off the guest count, and then we have a 4-hour minimum. Our pricing varies because of locations that we have. Sometimes we're included in the pricing of the venue, and then you can also book us privately for venues that allow you to bring your own vendor.
And let's get into coordinating, since I, kind of know something about that, Talk about that. When did that come into? Was it always that you did coordinating on
Right
top
from
of
the
this?
get-go, one of our first events, actually.
Yes, but that kind of came into where we were like, okay, we need to definitely offer a package, because we would be at an event as bartenders, and then they wouldn't have someone on site, the event's going awry, and
we would be set up and ready
I'm
to
just
go.
like, oh my goodness, no one's telling her to walk down the aisle.
Yes.
It's time for you to go down the aisle.
Yeah.
We'd be behind the bar, just literally like,
it was killing me. Killing me.
Do they have a coordinator? No one's lined up. We don't know
She's
what's
like,
happening.
can I come out yet?
Yes, she's asking us around the corner, like,
We're like, go ahead, girl.
it grew. Yeah, it really
Yeah,
did. From
funny.
wanting to help, that's how it came.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, we've coordinated at least probably 100 weddings in the last 4 years.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
This coordinate is my favorite thing to do.
And we actually call it wedding management.
Oh, definitely.
So, because there's a lot, we take care, make sure that the vendor's on time and completely manage the event. And we also, it's not just weddings. You know, we've done corporate events. I have Sweet 16 coming up, and we can do the quinces. We have someone on our bartending staff, actually, and our serving staff, that coordinates dances for quinces. And Hannah, we also experienced, Hannah has coordinated Indian weddings, Nigerian Indian.
Yes.
So as far as wedding management, and we're always willing to learn more cultures.
Awesome.
So we are experienced in multicultural weddings on the wedding management side, and also on the bartending side. We know that there's some extra cultures and things that go
Traditional
on.
things.
Traditional
Yeah.
things, certain way of toast, and
we'll
things
help
like that.
also coordinate those on the bartending side if there's traditional toast when it comes to the laws of the venue and how that interacts, if they need extra staff for that. We can definitely help figure that out as well.
Which is super helpful because brides and grooms aren't always, you know, they don't know every detail of their contract with the venue.
Yes.
So they just know they want to do something, and then you guys can step in and say, okay, well, this is how we can do it.
Right.
And then we can also explain it to the venue that this certain tradition of cognac pass at a Vietnamese wedding, it's traditional. It's something that's done. So at that point, we can stop and say, oh, well, we need some extra TABC servers for that to walk around and pass that, you know, with the couple, because it's important in that culture. So learning those cultures and knowing those things can make a huge difference in communication with the couple and the venue and us to make their day special. And it's that teamwork with us in the venue.
I love that. But because we are in weirder times, like I said earlier, I know you guys are very professional, very clean, always have everything, you know, up to par. What are some of the extra steps that you guys are taking during COVID to just kind of make, one, the brides and groom and guests more comfortable? Are you guys getting a lot of questions about that right now? I mean,
we haven't really gotten too many questions. We're just abiding by the local governments and entities that are maybe each venue lies in. So if a request comes from the couple, they want us to abide by certain things, we'll definitely do our best to accommodate that. So just so everybody feels comfortable. We wash hands and use sanitizer.
And really, that's something that
things that we already
our staff
did.
already did anyway as serving staff, because they are CERSA certified. They know about changing gloves and any cross-contamination. So just an extra step, most of the venues have sinks, of course, hand washing. We have stepped up, you know, sanitizer, lots of sanitizer, and typically the venues have that everywhere. So just using those safe serve precautions that we've always used in the past. But if a venue does require a face mask or things like that, then we're, or the county, whatever the laws are, we're going and we're working with them. You know, because again, in the venues, the guests think we are the venue a lot of times. So we're gonna go with what they request.
Well, how do people find you? I mean, like, obviously you guys have a website and stuff, so, you know, if they wanted to get in touch with you and ask questions about hiring you guys, how does that work?
We're Southern Spirits Events on all of our social network. It's www.southernspiritsevents.com, and we're also on Facebook, on Instagram as well. When you go straight to our website, it's easy and very mobile friendly. That pops up, get a quote. You hit that, it gives us all of the information that we need to send you the proper quote for your event.
Oh, that's a good question. What are some of the things that they might need to know before getting a quote, or, you know, like, what are some of the things that they should know already, like guest count, things like that?
So you want to know, obviously, your venue location, your guest count, how many hours of service you're looking at. So basically, when your ceremony ends, that's a perfect time for your bar to open. So when your ceremony ends until about the time that you're wanting your reception to end. So the hours, and then basically what you're wanting to serve and what types of services you're looking for.
Because we always have those little extra add-ons if you're interested in that. And we typically include them in most of our quotes anyway. So
that's awesome. And then you guys are preferred vendors for Timeless Rose as well. So if you guys need extra help with that, you can go to timelessroseevents.com as well and find them under the preferred vendor section as well. So I think we should make some drinks. Let's show them what you guys are made of. Let's get to that. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we are fully set up. So what are we doing?
So we are going to make some of our favorites, personal favorites, one of our most requested drinks, margaritas.
Margaritas on the rocks.
Yay! All right.
Carrie, you want to hand me the tequila?
There you go.
Don't we have the most beautiful bar back ever? Wouldn't you agree?
Thank you.
All right, and then we'll do some lime juice.
Lime juice. All right.
Triple sec.
Triple sec.
And some agave.
Agave. We like to use the good stuff. I like a little more agave in mine. I'm a little more of a sweet.
We like a little bit more.
Yeah, I like a little more sweet.
That's better.
Balance out that one.
There we go.
A bit.
All right.
We jumped ahead. We went ahead and rimmed for this Just a traditional margarita on the rocks.
Okay.
We use salt.
Give it a little shake.
That's my favorite part.
Shake the hot now.
And this is our margarita on the rocks. So obviously we put some rocks in there.
And what we can do is I can take, during your beverage consultation with us, we'll talk about these specialty cocktails if you want to add something like that. Our bartenders do carry a large dispenser, so we can actually make this into a large batch so that we can get it served pretty quickly to your guest. We can fill it up in the dispenser. It can dispense into the shaker, shake. So all of this is already done. And let me go into making it. I think this is Hannah's favorite.
This is my personal favorite. We're going to move on to a coconut margarita.
Ooh.
So we're going to do tequila first.
Tequila first.
This one's pretty simple, which is why I drink a lot of them. And then we'll do the sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour.
We actually invented this cocktail
Oh,
at
really?
an event. We had an event that we do
did.
for some clients every year, a well-known racing team, and they had just a hodgepodge of some extra
my
things.
favorite,
And we found
Coconut
this in a
cream.
box. So we found this coconut cream. We're like, what can we do with this coconut cream? And
Ooh.
from there, we
Love
invented
it.
this very yummy, very tropical, but still getting your tequila in there. And it has since become Hannah's personal favorite.
I love that.
We've rimmed the glass with coconut flakes.
This one I do not serve over ice. I just strain it into the glass. This will like nice white color.
Ooh, that's
Looks
very
It's a pretty
pretty.
wedding cocktail,
Yeah.
a specialty wedding drink.
Beautiful.
Oh, you can smell the coconut.
Ooh,
Yummy.
I love it.
favorite.
It does smell really good. It smells
That
like a
one's
candle.
Hannah's personal favorite.
So yummy.
And I'll move on to this one. I like a little bit of spice sometimes. So this one is just a simple jalapeno margarita. I've added some tahini.
Ooh,
This
yes.
side, this good stuff. I'm gonna take a couple of these jalapenos. I'm gonna put them in here. A little bit of lime juice.
Yes, ma'am. Whoop, here we go.
Thank you. Just gonna use that to muddle these up a little bit. And while I'm doing that, I'm getting Hannah just to put together the basic margarita for me.
Tequila.
And I'm just gonna muddle this up. I'm gonna let some of this jalapeno juice just get in there, get those spices released.
I'm not gonna use the chocolate. I mean the sweet and sour.
Okay.
Then we'll do the lime juice
Lime juice.
and the agave.
I did leave a few of those seeds for you brave folks.
I feel like of the ones, I don't know what the blue one's gonna be, but I feel like this one would probably be
This
my
would be your favorite. You like
Yeah.
the spice?
I do, yeah.
I get that about you.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
that,
spicy.
got that little spicy to you.
All right. Do you have to work out to like?
Doesn't take many muscles to shake some ice.
Gonna do that. Just gonna take a bit of that lime. Do a little more tahini on there.
Ooh.
Have that extra spice.
I love that.
There
Look
we have
at
spicy
that.
jalapeno
All
margarita.
right.
Alrighty. And I'm gonna make me up a little bit more here. One of our most popular twists on the margaritas that we do at the weddings, I'm sure that you've all heard the saying, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So we have our signature something blue Ritas. They come out a really pretty teal color, and it's just by adding one more ingredient. Very simple. That's going to be the blue curacao.
Ah, that's why this guy is here.
Yes, so this is blue curacao. So we're just going to take it, add it to the regular margarita mix. That pretty blue color.
Oh wow.
I get Hannah to get me a little bit of ice right there while I shake it up for you. And on the rim of this glass, we have some blue sugar. Put that.
Oh,
Ooh,
so
that's
pretty.
so
Now, this
pretty.
is going to be a little bit on the sweeter side. It's going to add that sweetness to your margarita.
Look at that.
And there you have it. Something Blue Ritas.
Wow. Yay.
Yeah. So simple. We take the basic margarita, and there's so many variations. You can even take this one, and if you want at your wedding to have your guests have a little bit of variety to it, I always suggest adding a little bit of peach puree, maybe some strawberry puree, so that the bartenders can easily just add that to this cocktail. Give it a
Tons of
little bit.
options.
You can make
Yeah.
it to where you've turned your beer wine margarita bar into a beer wine and margarita buffet.
All inclusive.
There you go.
I love it. Thank you so much, ladies, for
You're
coming out and
welcome.
showing us all your skills.
enjoyed it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, this was so
fun.
much fun. I love this, and I can't wait to try them. So,
So I'll
to
take
go.
my favorite. Let's give you the spicy one
favorite.
there,
Thank you.
and we'll send everybody off. We wish you
All
many
right.
years of blessings and happiness. Cheers.
Cheers.